Welcome back to Success Beyond Borders from Mangulum, where every week we deep dive into interesting topics for people working at media and tech. This week we're tackling a strategic playbook crafted by Mangulum themselves for B2B tech and media companies, with their sights set on international expansion. It's not just about dreaming bigger. It's about having a solid plan to make those dreams a reality.
Absolutely. The allure of international expansion is undeniable. For B2B tech and media companies, it's practically a necessity in today's interconnected world.
Yeah, going global.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as simple as just translating your website
Yeah.
and hoping for the best.
Right. It requires a nuanced understanding of market dynamics,
Mhm.
cultural sensitivities,
Yeah.
and a whole lot of strategic planning.
A whole lot. The playbook acknowledges that many companies, especially those in the B2B and SME space, are at a crossroads. They have ambitious goals, but need that clear roadmap to get there. And that's where this playbook comes in. It dives right into the heart of the matter, market entry strategies, not just listing them out, but really dissecting the pros, the cons, and when each one makes sense.
Exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to entering a new market. The playbook outlines 5 key strategies, starting with the classic approach, exporting. It's familiar, it's relatively low risk, and it's a great way to dip your toes into a new market without diving headfirst.
So exporting is like the test before you invest approach.
Precisely. It allows you to gauge demand, gather valuable market data, and refine your approach before committing significant resources. But it's not without its challenges. You're dealing with logistics, tariffs, and potential cultural barriers.
Makes sense. You need to be prepared for those hurdles.
Yeah.
Now, what about licensing and franchising? This one always seems a bit more complex to me.
It can be, as you're essentially granting rights to your intellectual property, your brand, even your entire business model, to a local partner in that target market. Done right. It can be a fast track to establishing a presence.
I imagine finding the right partner is key here.
Yeah.
You're trusting them to represent your brand effectively.
Absolutely. It's like choosing someone to be the face of your company in a completely new environment. You need to be sure they align with your values, understand your brand, and have the expertise to navigate the local market nuances.
It's a big decision, for sure. Now, the playbook also talks about joint ventures and strategic alliances. How do those differ from licensing or franchising?
Think of these as more collaborative partnerships, often with established local firms. You're sharing risks, costs, resources, and you're gaining access to your partner's existing market knowledge and network. It's a powerful way to leverage local expertise.
It sounds almost like a two heads are better than one approach.
Exactly. And when it comes to navigating complex international markets, that combined knowledge can be invaluable. But as with any partnership, the key is finding a company that shares your vision and is committed to the long-term success of the venture.
So it's all about alignment and shared goals. Now, for companies looking to make a bold move, there are acquisitions and mergers. This one feels like a high-stakes game, would you say?
It certainly can be. It's the fast track to market entry as you're acquiring an existing business.
Yeah.
With an established customer base and local know-how. You're essentially buying your way into the market.
Okay.
But integrating 2 different company cultures, especially across borders, can be a major challenge.
It's not just about the numbers.
Yeah.
It's about merging people, processes, and perspectives.
Precisely. It requires a deep understanding of both companies' strengths and weaknesses, and a clear vision for how to create a cohesive and successful entity.
Got it. And finally, there's foreign direct investment, or FDI, which seems to be the most hands-on approach.
It is. You're setting up a wholly owned subsidiary in the target market, giving you maximum control over your operations. It's a big commitment, requiring substantial resources and a long-term perspective.
Right.
But it also offers the potential for greater returns and a more established presence.
So FDI is for those who are ready to fully commit to a market and build from the ground up.
Exactly. It's a strategic decision that should be made with careful consideration of your company's goals, resources, and risk tolerance.
So, the key takeaway here is that each market entry strategy has its own set of advantages and challenges. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. But how do companies actually choose the right approach?
The playbook emphasizes that the decision should be based on a thorough analysis of 4 key factors: market-specific factors, firm-specific factors, industry-specific factors, and host country factors. Let's start with market-specific factors.
Okay, what falls into that category?
This is about really understanding the unique dynamics of the market you're targeting. What's the market size? What's the competitive landscape like? Are there any cultural nuances that might influence consumer behavior? And what about the regulatory environment? You need to do your homework.
Yeah, it's about more than just identifying a market with potential. It's about understanding the intricacies of that market.
Exactly. Launching a product or service that's a hit in one country might fall flat in another if you haven't considered these crucial factors. For instance, a company successfully exporting consumer electronics to a tech-savvy country might face challenges in a market where brand loyalty to local brands is strong.
Oh, it's about knowing your audience.
Yeah.
And tailoring your approach accordingly. What about firm-specific factors? How do a company's internal characteristics come into play?
This is where you assess your own strengths, weaknesses, and resources. Can you afford a large-scale FDI? Or are you better suited to starting with exporting? What's your technological expertise? What's your risk appetite? These internal factors should heavily influence your decision-making process.
It's about having a realistic view of your own capabilities and aligning your strategy with your internal resources.
Absolutely. For example, a tech startup with a disruptive innovation but limited funding might opt for joint venture to leverage a partner's resources and market access. On the other hand, a well-established company with deep pockets might be more comfortable with an acquisition.
No. How about industry-specific factors? I imagine the competitive landscape can vary greatly between industries.
It absolutely does. You need to understand the level of technological advancement in your target market, the degree of competition, and the specific challenges and opportunities within your industry. Are you bringing a cutting-edge solution to a market that's ripe for disruption? Or are you entering a highly competitive market with established players?
So, it's about knowing the playing field
And
positioning yourself strategically within that field.
Precisely. Let's say you're a media company specializing in streaming services. Entering a market with high internet penetration and a growing demand for on-demand content could be very promising, but if the market is already dominated by well-established streaming giants, you'll need a strong differentiation strategy.
And finally, we have host country factors. These seem crucial, considering they encompass the broader context of the country you're entering.
They are. Political stability is paramount. You don't want to invest in a market where political turmoil could disrupt your operations. The legal system and how it impacts businesses is another key consideration. Then there's infrastructure, transportation, communication networks, all the things that keep your business running smoothly.
It's like looking beyond the market itself and assessing the overall environment. It's about understanding the risks and opportunities that come with a territory.
Exactly. For instance, a country with a robust legal framework that protects intellectual property rights might be more attractive to a tech company than a country with a weaker legal system. Similarly, a country with a stable political climate might be more appealing for long-term investments.
So, we've covered the 5 key market entry strategies and the 4 crucial factors to consider when choosing the right approach. But what happens once you've successfully entered a new market? How do you ensure continued success and sustainable growth?
That's where the playbook shifts its focus to building a strong global team and culture.
Okay. Let's unpack that. What are the key elements of building a successful global team?
The playbook emphasizes a founder-led approach, particularly when expanding into the U.S. market. American businesses often value direct involvement from the founder, especially in the initial stages. It demonstrates commitment, builds trust, and allows for a deeper understanding of the market.
So, it's not just about sending a team. It's about leading by example and showing a genuine investment in the market.
Precisely. It's about building relationships, understanding the nuances of the business culture, and making those crucial early connections.
And once you've established that initial presence, what's next in terms of team building?
Hiring the right leaders becomes crucial. You need people who not only align with your company's vision, but also possess the cultural intelligence. To navigate the complexities of international markets, they need to bridge cultural gaps, motivate diverse teams, and adapt their leadership style to different contexts.
It's about finding leaders who are globally minded, adaptable, and able to inspire and guide teams across borders.
Exactly. Think of these leaders as your cultural ambassadors, fostering a cohesive and inclusive environment where diverse perspectives are valued. They're the bridge between your company culture and the local nuances of the market.
And what about the role of localization? Is it just about translating your website?
It's so much more than that. True localization is about understanding and respecting the customs values and communication styles of your target market. It's about making your company feel like a natural part of the local landscape, not just a foreign entity.
So it's about going beyond the surface level
Yeah,
and really immersing yourself in the culture.
precisely. It's about building genuine relationships with local partners, clients, and employees. It's about adapting your products, services, and marketing messages to resonate with the local audience.
It sounds like a combination of cultural sensitivity, strategic adaptation, and a genuine commitment
Mm.
to building a presence that feels authentic to the local market.
Exactly. And hiring local talent is a huge part of this. They bring invaluable cultural insights and can help you avoid costly missteps.
So, we've talked about choosing the right market entry strategy, building a strong global team, and embracing localization. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about risk mitigation. International expansion always comes with inherent risks, right? How can companies proactively address those?
That's a crucial aspect of the playbook. You can't eliminate all risks, but you can certainly minimize them with a proactive and strategic approach. And it all starts with thorough market research.
We touched on that earlier,
Yeah.
but why is it so crucial for risk mitigation?
Think of market research as your risk radar. It helps you identify potential red flags early on, from analyzing competitors and regulatory hurdles to understanding consumer preferences and cultural sensitivities. Comprehensive market research is non-negotiable.
It's about doing your due diligence and understanding the terrain before you venture into it. What else can companies do to mitigate risks?
Adaptability is key. Things will inevitably change. Unexpected economic shifts, political instability, evolving consumer behavior. You need to be able to pivot and adjust your strategy on the fly.
So, it's about having a plan, but also being prepared to deviate from that plan.
Yeah.
When circumstances demand it, don't be afraid to change course.
Exactly. A rigid, inflexible plan can become a liability.
Mhm.
In the dynamic world of international business, being able to adapt and respond to change is essential for survival.
The playbook also mentions diversifying entry modes. How does that help with risk mitigation?
Instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, consider combining different market entry strategies. You might start with exporting to test the waters, while simultaneously exploring a joint venture opportunity. This spreads the risk and allows you to adjust your approach based on early learnings.
It's like having a diversified investment portfolio, spreading your risk across different avenues.
Precisely. And finally, the playbook emphasizes the importance of a long-term vision. Don't just think about short-term wins. Focus on building local capabilities, nurturing strong relationships within the community, and establishing a solid foundation for sustained growth.
So, it's about playing the long game
Yeah.
and becoming a truly integrated part of the local market.
Absolutely. It's about building trust, demonstrating commitment, and creating a sustainable presence that benefits both your company and the local community. It's about planting seeds that will grow over time, not just harvesting quick wins and moving on. That long-term vision is essential for building a truly sustainable international presence.
No. This episode is specifically geared toward those in the media and tech space. And the playbook dives into how the media and entertainment sector is undergoing a massive transformation. I'm really curious to explore this. It seems like every day there's a new streaming service,
Yeah.
a new technology, a new way to consume content. It's a whirlwind out there.
It certainly is. And it's not just about keeping up with the latest trends. It's about understanding the underlying forces that are driving this transformation and how those forces will shape the future of the industry.
So where do we even begin? What are some of the key trends that are reshaping the media and entertainment landscape?
One of the most prominent trends is the shift in streaming services. We're witnessing a saturation of the market, with seemingly endless options for consumers. This has led to a reinvention of business models as streaming services grapple with how to stand out, attract subscribers, and remain profitable.
It's like the Wild West of streaming out there, with everyone vying for attention. What are some of the strategies these services are employing to adapt and survive?
We're seeing a lot of experimentation. Many are introducing ad-supported hybrid subscription tiers, offering a lower-cost option for consumers who are willing to tolerate ads. It's a way to appeal to a wider audience while still generating revenue.
It's like the old cable TV model, but in a new digital format.
Exactly. And they're also cracking down on password sharing, which has been a significant drain on their subscriber numbers. It's a delicate balance, though, as they don't want to alienate users by being too restrictive.
It's about finding that sweet spot between accessibility and profitability. What other strategies are they using?
They're pushing for appointment viewing, trying to recreate that sense of anticipation and excitement that used to surround live television events. They're investing in live sports, exclusive premieres, and other must-see content that draws viewers in at a specific time.
It's like they're trying to bring back that communal viewing experience,
Yeah.
even in a fragmented digital landscape.
Exactly. They want to create events that people will talk about and share, events that generate buzz and drive subscriptions.
It's interesting to see how they're borrowing from the past while adapting to the present.
Yeah.
Now, what about consolidation? It seems like we're constantly hearing about media giants merging or acquiring smaller companies.
Consolidation is definitely a major trend. It's partly driven by the need for scale in a highly competitive market. These companies are realizing that to compete effectively, they need to offer a wide range of content, reach a global audience, and leverage their resources efficiently.
It's about combining forces
Yeah.
to create a powerhouse that can dominate the market.
Precisely. And we're also seeing a return of content bundling as these merged entities offer packages that combine streaming services, cable TV, internet, and even mobile phone services. It's a way to provide consumers with more value and make it harder to cancel subscriptions.
It's like the cable bundle is making a comeback, but in a new digital format. Now, what about the rise of connected TV or CTV? How is that impacting the industry?
CTV is a game changer, especially for advertisers. It combines the precision targeting capabilities of digital advertising with the mass reach of television. Advertisers can now target specific audiences based on demographics, interests, and viewing habits, delivering highly relevant ads that are more likely to engage viewers.
It's like bringing the power of online advertising to the big screen.
Exactly. And for consumers, it can mean a more personalized viewing experience with ads that are actually relevant to their interests.
It's a win-win situation.
Potentially.
Now, with CTV and other digital platforms, we're seeing a rise in omni-channel video strategies. What does that involve?
It's about reaching consumers wherever they are, across all devices and platforms. Brands are realizing that they can't just rely on one channel to reach their audience. They need to create a seamless and engaging experience that follows viewers from their phones to their tablets to their CTVs.
It's about being present in every aspect of the viewer's digital life.
Exactly. And it's not just about delivering the same message across different platforms. It's about tailoring the message to the specific context. An ad that works well on social media might not be as effective on CTV and vice versa.
So it's about adapting the message to the medium, creating a cohesive and impactful experience for the viewer. Now, with the decline of third-party cookies, how are advertisers targeting their audiences effectively?
Contextual targeting is becoming increasingly important. This involves aligning ads with the themes, topics, and environment of the surrounding content. For instance, an ad for travel insurance might appear alongside an article about vacation destinations. It's a more privacy-conscious approach that doesn't rely on intrusive tracking methods.
It's about being relevant and respectful, delivering ads that feel like a natural part of the content experience, rather than an interruption.
Precisely. And it's not just about privacy, it's also about effectiveness. Contextually relevant ads are more likely to resonate with viewers and drive engagement.
Now, we can't talk about media and tech without mentioning generative AI. It seems like this technology is poised to revolutionize everything. How is it impacting the media and entertainment industry specifically?
Generative AI is already being used in a multitude of ways, from boosting efficiency and productivity to creating new forms of content. It can automate tasks like video editing and subtitling, personalize content recommendations, and even generate scripts or video clips. This opens up a whole new world of creative possibilities and allows for more data-driven decisions.
It's like having a creative partner and a data analyst, all rolled into one.
Exactly. And it's not just about creating content, it's also about understanding content. Generative AI can analyze vast amounts of data to identify trends, predict viewer preferences, and even generate insights that would be impossible for humans to uncover.
It's like having a crystal ball that can predict the future of entertainment.
It's not quite that magical,
Yeah.
but it's certainly a powerful tool that is transforming the way media companies create, distribute, and market their content.
This is all incredibly fascinating, but it also seems a bit overwhelming. With all these changes happening so rapidly, how can companies keep up and ensure they're not left behind?
That's where having a partner like Engulum, with their deep understanding of the media and tech landscape, can be so valuable. They can help companies navigate these changes, identify opportunities, and develop strategies to succeed in this dynamic environment.
Okay. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about Ungulum
Yeah,
and
yeah.
their approach to guiding companies through this complex landscape.
Angoulum goes beyond just providing information. They offer strategic guidance and hands-on support to help companies achieve their international expansion goals.
So they're not just consultants. They're partners who are invested in their clients' success.
Exactly. And their approach is grounded in four core principles: data-driven decisions, strategic guidance, customized solutions, and fractional sales leadership. Let's start with data-driven decisions.
Okay, why is this so crucial in today's business environment?
In a world overflowing with data, it's easy to get lost in the noise. Angoulum believes in cutting through the clutter and leveraging data analytics and market research to provide actionable insights. They don't just present you with a bunch of numbers, they help you make sense of those numbers and translate them into strategic decisions.
It's about using data to inform your strategy, not just to confirm your biases.
Precisely. And it's not just about collecting data, it's about analyzing it effectively, identifying patterns, and extracting meaningful insights that can drive your decision-making.
Yeah. What about strategic guidance? What does that entail?
Angoulum doesn't just tell you what to do, they work with you to develop a roadmap for your international expansion journey. They provide expert advice on everything, from market entry strategies and operational scaling to risk mitigation and brand building.
It's like having an experienced guide who can help you navigate the treacherous but ultimately rewarding path of international expansion.
Exactly. They provide the expertise and the support you need to make informed decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and achieve your goals.
And what about customized solutions? What makes their approach unique?
Angoulum recognizes that every company is different, with its own unique challenges, resources, and aspirations. They don't believe in cookie-cutter approaches. They take the time to understand your specific situation and create bespoke strategies that are designed to achieve your desired outcomes.
It's a personalized approach, tailored to fit your company like a glove.
Precisely. They don't just hand you a generic playbook and say, good luck. They work with you to create a strategy that is aligned with your goals, your resources, and your vision for the future.
And finally, they offer fractional sales leadership. What does that mean?
This is a fantastic option for companies that need expert sales leadership, but aren't ready to commit to a full-time hire. Angoulum provides seasoned sales professionals who can work with your company on a part-time or project basis. This gives you access to top-tier sales expertise without the overhead of a full-time employee.
It's like having a sales expert on call,
Yeah.
ready to jump in and tackle your specific challenges.
Yeah.
What kind of companies would benefit from this fractional sales leadership model?
It's a great option for companies that are entering a new market and need help building a sales pipeline,
Well,
or for companies that are struggling to scale their sales efforts effectively. It's also a great solution for companies that need to revamp their sales processes but lack the internal expertise to do so.
It's a flexible and cost-effective way to access the sales expertise you need when you need it.
Exactly. And it allows you to tap into a network of experienced professionals who have a proven track record of success in international markets.
Now, I'm curious to see how Angoulum's approach has played out in the real world. Do they have any case studies that demonstrate their expertise in action?
They do. They've helped a wide range of B2B tech and media companies achieve success in international markets, for instance. They worked with a leading European technology leader looking to drive sustainable growth.
Okay. What was the challenge this company was facing?
This company was a well-established player in its home market, but wanted to expand its reach and tap into new customer segments. They were looking for a partner to help them develop and execute a comprehensive growth strategy.
So, how did Angoulum approach this challenge?
They started by conducting a thorough assessment of the company's current position, including its products, target markets, and competitive landscape. Based on this analysis, they developed a tailored growth strategy that focused on expanding into new geographic markets and developing new product offerings.
What were some of the key elements of this growth strategy?
It involved a multifaceted approach that included market research to identify high-potential target markets, go-to-market strategy development, to effectively reach new customers, and sales process optimization to improve efficiency and close rates.
It sounds like a comprehensive plan. Did they achieve their desired outcomes?
Absolutely. Angoulum's strategic guidance and execution support helped the company achieve significant revenue growth and expand its market share. They successfully entered new markets and launched new products, solidifying their position as a leader in their industry.
That's a fantastic success story. It shows the power of having the right partner to guide your international expansion efforts. Do they have any other case studies that highlight their expertise in the media and entertainment sector?
They do. They worked with a leading media tech company
Yeah.
that wanted to achieve rapid expansion in Latin America.
That's a market with tremendous potential.
Yeah.
What were the specific goals of this company?
They wanted to capitalize on the growing demand for digital media solutions in Latin America and establish a strong presence in the region. However, they needed help navigating the unique challenges of this market, including cultural differences, regulatory complexities, and a fragmented media landscape.
So, how did Gungulim help them overcome these obstacles?
Vingulam's team provided a range of services, including market analysis to identify key opportunities, partner identification and relationship building to establish a local network, and sales and marketing support to effectively reach and engage target customers.
It sounds like they really took a hands-on approach
Mhm.
to supporting this company's expansion.
They did, and it paid off. The company successfully launched its services in multiple Latin American countries, exceeding its revenue targets,
Yeah.
and gaining a significant foothold in this rapidly growing market.
That's another impressive example. It highlights Ngulim's ability to adapt its approach to different markets and industries. Now, I'm curious. What if a company isn't looking for full-scale expansion support, but just needs help with a specific aspect of their international journey? Can Ngulim assist with that?
Absolutely. That's where their fractional sales leadership model comes in.
Okay. Remind us how that model works.
Essentially, they provide experienced sales leaders who can work with your company on a part-time or project basis. This gives you access to top-tier sales expertise without the commitment and overhead of a full-time hire.
It's like having a sales expert on call, host at speaker, ready to jump in and tackle your specific challenges. What kind of companies would benefit from this fractional sales leadership model?
It's a great option for companies that are entering a new market and need help building a sales pipeline, are struggling to scale their sales efforts effectively, need to revamp their sales processes but lack the internal expertise to do so, want to drive revenue growth but don't have the budget for a full-time sales leader.
So it's a flexible and cost-effective solution that allows companies to access the sales expertise they need when they need it.
Exactly. And it's a great way to test the waters before committing to a full-time hire.
Now, I'm curious to see how Ngulim's approach has played out in the real world. Do they have any case studies that demonstrate their expertise in action?
They do. They've helped a wide range of B2B tech and media companies achieve success in international markets, for instance. They worked with a leading European technology leader looking to drive sustainable growth.
Okay. What was the challenge this company was facing?
This company was a well-established player in its home market, but wanted to expand its reach and tap into new customer segments. They were looking for a partner to help them develop and execute a comprehensive growth strategy.
So, how did Ngulim approach this challenge?
They started by conducting a thorough assessment of the company's current position, including its products, target markets, and competitive landscape. Based on this analysis, they developed a tailored growth strategy that focused on expanding into new geographic markets and developing new product offerings.
What were some of the key elements of this growth strategy?
It involved a multifaceted approach that included market research to identify high-potential target markets, go-to-market strategy development to effectively reach new customers, and sales process optimization to improve efficiency and close rates.
It sounds like a comprehensive plan. Did they achieve their desired outcomes?
Absolutely. Ngulim's strategic guidance and execution support helped the company achieve significant revenue growth and expand its market share. They successfully entered new markets and launched new products, solidifying their position as a leader in their industry.
That's a fantastic success story. It shows the power of having the right partner to guide your international expansion efforts. Do they have any other case studies that highlight their expertise in the media and entertainment sector?
They do. They worked with a leading media tech company that wanted to achieve rapid expansion in Latin America.
That's a market with tremendous potential. What are the specific goals of this company?
They wanted to capitalize on the growing demand for digital media solutions in Latin America and establish a strong presence in the region. However, they needed help navigating the unique challenges of this market, including cultural differences, regulatory complexities, and a fragmented media landscape.
So how did Ngulim help them overcome these obstacles?
Gungulim's team provided a range of services, including market analysis to identify key opportunities, partner identification and relationship building to establish a local network, and sales and marketing support to effectively reach and engage target customers.
It sounds like they really took a hands-on approach to supporting this company's expansion.
They did, and it paid off. The company successfully launched its services in multiple Latin American countries, exceeding its revenue targets and gaining a significant foothold in this rapidly growing market.
That's another impressive example. It highlights Ngulem's ability to adapt its approach to different markets and industries. Now, I'm curious, what if a company isn't looking for full-scale expansion support, but just needs help with a specific aspect of their international journey? Can Ngulem assist with that?
Absolutely. That's where their fractional sales leadership model comes in.
Okay. Remind us how that model works.
Essentially, they provide experienced sales leaders who can work with your company on a part-time or project basis. This gives you access to top-tier sales expertise without the commitment and overhead of a full-time hire.
It's like having a sales expert on call, ready to jump in and tackle your specific challenges. What kind of companies would benefit from this fractional sales leadership model?
It's a great option for companies that are entering a new market and need help building a sales pipeline, are struggling to scale their sales efforts effectively, need to revamp their sales processes but lack the internal expertise to do so, want to drive revenue growth but don't have the budget for a full-time sales leader.
It's a flexible and cost-effective solution that allows companies to access the sales expertise they need when they need it.
Exactly, and it's a great way to test the waters before committing to a full-time hire.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, I want to touch on a point you made earlier about the media and entertainment industry. Being in the midst of a major business model reinvention, what does that mean? And why should B2B companies be paying attention?
What's fascinating here is how the changes in the media and entertainment industry are not just impacting content creators and distributors, but they're rippling out to affect the entire B2B ecosystem that supports this industry.
Give us some examples.
Sure. Think about the technology providers who are developing the platforms, tools, and infrastructure that power streaming services, CTV advertising, and content delivery. The way media is being consumed and monetized is changing, so these tech companies need to adapt their offerings to meet these evolving needs.
That makes sense. They need to be agile and stay ahead of the technological curve.
Yeah.
Right.
Then there are the marketing and advertising agencies that work with media and entertainment companies. With the rise of new platforms and the decline of traditional advertising models, these agencies need to develop new strategies and expertise to help their clients reach their target audiences effectively.
It's a whole new world of marketing and advertising.
Yeah.
With its own set of rules and best practices.
Exactly. And it's not just about understanding the technology, it's also about understanding the evolving consumer behavior,
Right.
the content preferences, and the ways in which people are engaging with media across different devices and platforms.
It's a complex and interconnected ecosystem.
Yeah.
With everyone needing to adapt and evolve together.
Precisely. And that's why having a partner like Ngulem, with their deep understanding of the media and tech landscape, can be so valuable. They can help B2B companies navigate these changes, identify opportunities, and develop strategies to succeed in this dynamic environment.
It's like having a guide who can help you see the forest for the trees
Mm-hmm.
and make sense of all the complexities.
That's a great analogy. And it highlights the importance of staying informed, being adaptable, and seeking expert guidance when needed.
Well said. This deep dive has certainly given us a lot to think about. The global marketplace is full of opportunities, but it also presents a unique set of challenges. The key takeaway is that success requires careful planning, strategic decision-making, and a willingness to adapt and evolve.
And let's not forget the importance of having the right partner to support your journey.
Absolutely. Whether you're a seasoned multinational or a B2B SME with global aspirations, finding the right partner can make all the difference. It feels like we've just scratched the surface of a vast and complex topic.
It's true. International expansion is a journey with many layers. We've covered a lot of ground, from the intricacies of market entry strategies to the transformative forces shaping the media and entertainment landscape.
And through it all, Ngulem has emerged as a potential guide, a partner that offers not just information, but strategic guidance and hands-on support.
Their approach, grounded in data-driven decisions, customized solutions, and a deep understanding of the global marketplace, seems to resonate with companies seeking to navigate these complexities.
It's like they're saying, we get it, we understand the challenges, we've seen the pitfalls, and we're here to help you avoid them.
That sense of empathy and understanding can be invaluable, especially for companies venturing into unfamiliar territory.
It's about having someone in your corner
Mm,
who's been there,
yeah,
done that.
Yeah.
and can anticipate the challenges before they arise.
Someone who can help you make sense of the data, navigate the cultural nuances, and build a strategy that's tailored to your unique needs and goals.
This deep dive has highlighted the importance of not just dreaming big, but having a solid plan to turn those dreams into reality. International expansion is a journey, and like any journey, it's easier and more rewarding when you have the right map and the right companions.
And Angoulum seems to be positioning themselves as that trusted companion, offering the expertise, the
Yes.
support, and the guidance to help companies navigate the complexities of the global marketplace.
So, for any B2B tech or media company listening, who's feeling that pull toward international expansion, that desire to take their business to the next level, I encourage you to reach out to Angoulum.
It's an opportunity to explore your options, ask questions, and see if their approach aligns with your vision.
Who knows? That initial conversation could be the first step on a journey that transforms your business and opens up a world of opportunities.
It's a chance to connect with a team that's passionate about helping companies succeed beyond borders.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive, and I want to thank you, our expert, for sharing your knowledge and insights.
It's been my pleasure. I'm always fascinated by the dynamics of the global marketplace, and I'm excited to see how companies continue to innovate and adapt in this ever-changing landscape.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you found this deep dive valuable and inspiring. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might find it useful.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.